What is going on, Herd? Thanks for tuning into another video. Today it's going to be a nice short one, and I want your participation in the comment section again here, guys. And you guys are pretty damn good at this, if I must say so. I got a term for us drifters here, my Black Sheep Herd, and I want you guys, the true members of the Black Sheep Herd, as I've always referred to us as, to vote below on which term sounds better for the style of drifting that we conduct. And as I tell you the two terms, and as I explain what the two terms are kind of what they're meaning and where they're coming from, I'm actually going to be drifting the line that we'll be warming up in the Black Sheep Drift Event number 4 for Xbox One. There might be some parked cars here and there, but, well, of course there will be, but we'll make the best that we can. You guys can at least get the idea. Yeah, let's get right into it. I don't want to hold you up just jabbering. Alright, first off, where are we? Okay, so I'm facing this way. If I look over to my left, there's our, okay, so we know where we are right away. This is our red parking ramp, and we're just to the south of it in this parking complex. This is where the lead two cars will be. The left car will lead. So yeah, I guess you're lining up pretty much right on these arrows, actually. That's a really good indicator right there. I didn't even realize that. So your front two cars will be lining up right on these arrows, and it gives plenty of room behind us for other vehicles to assemble. And actually, when we assemble, the line's gonna come right around here, so you can probably just start building that line right around. Alright guys, so let's get right into the meat and potatoes of this video, shall we? So as of this time, all we've had is kind of negative terms correlated to the style of drifting that I've featured on this channel. And it's not like I've made this type of drifting up. This type of drifting has been around for a while. It's just the fact of the matter that it's looked down upon because the major chunk of the, I would say probably the competitive drift community on either platform are double clutching. And that's predominantly because the GTA channels on YouTube are featuring that style of drifting. Well, as of 4 months ago or whatever now, almost 5 months ago now, I guess we're coming up on, Black Sheep TV appeared on the scene, and we're kind of like not only bringing this style of drifting to light, but I also want to argue the fact that I feel like this is the better style of drifting. Now, I've never said that double clutching is wrong, or I feel like it's stupid, or anything like that. But the double clutching community certainly has stressed that way about this style of drifting. And I feel like that's ridiculous. So I've had a lot of people come on the channel and be like, oh, I'll teach you how to drift, come over this way, or do this, or do that. It's like, no, I know how to do that, and I'm not doing it for a reason. So this is a whole nother video that'll be out in the future. I'll kind of rant a little bit about why I do not double clutch, as I'm messing up terribly, but I'm more focused on what I'm saying than drifting, but I'm sorry. We'll get a good clean line for you guys, don't worry. Anyways, guys, so the main thing that I want to talk about is I got a couple terms. I got 2 terms, and I got some, like, a little bit of logic behind what these terms are. So without touching on what double clutching means and how that's correlated into that term, we'll talk about that again in another video. Probably that same video of why I don't double clutch and the explanation behind double clutching. That's probably what it'll be, something like that. Yeah, like I said, I don't really want to get into that. So let's just stick to our term, and I want your participation, like I said. So what sounds better? And I'll give you the reasoning behind both of these terms. So the first term is bottom gear drifting, and obviously that is pretty self-explanatory. We utilize the little tap there, a little drift tap. We utilize the first gear for our drifting, and we utilize the very lowest of RPMs in the first gear all the way up to the highest of RPMs, and we also rely on e-brake initiations. Once we're in the drift, we leave a nice solid black line behind us. We never really leave our drift. Now the big argument is, well, you slow down so much. Well, we're never leaving our drift. If you're doing stuff like this, well, then I get you. This isn't drifting, you know what I mean? But I don't think on Black Sheep TV you've ever seen anything even remotely like this. I keep a nice solid drift. I remain, the slowest you're going to get is around these corners. But I rely on the body's momentum. I rely on the car's weight from the body and the chassis to just keep on rolling, to keep me on going. Now this is a very slick car and I'm not all that used to it, but I'm getting used to it the more and more I play with it here. So yeah, bottom gear drifting is the first, and obviously that's a very self-explanatory reason of why we would call it bottom gear drifting. Now the second term is pressure drifting. Pressure drifting. Alright, now pressure drifting is mainly coming from the pressure that we're applying on the handbrake. We're relying on the handbrake a lot to keep us. It's an automatic car after all. Let's not act silly here. Drift cars are very much not only preferred to be manual, but it's almost a standard in drifting. I would say it is definitely a standard in drifting. So to be like thinking we're pro drifters and whatnot in GTA because we're rolling around and using this double clutching term in an automatic car, and so it's ridiculous to me. Again, another video, another time. Pressure drifting is, like I said, pressure. The pressure is really, that term is coming from the constant pressure we're relying on from the e-brake and then the body's momentum to keep us in our drift. So yeah, guys, I'm definitely curious to hear which one of those terms is better. Which one do you like better, personally? Or maybe you don't like either of them. Maybe you think they both sound a little bit whack. That's up to you. Now, if you're just a double clutch and you're like, oh, he's trying to make something good for the community, and you're like, well, it sounds like shit, learn how to drift, well, just keep the comment to yourself, please, because that stuff's getting old. That's like the most negative stuff that I have on the channel, and I don't have a lot of it. So it's like, you're not going to teach me how to drift. You're not going to do anything like that. We're already exceeding past a lot of double clutching channels that have been around for a while, and I'm not talking I'm not talking anything. I respect everyone in the community. I never get into the drama or negativity. I think I've proven I have plenty of people that support my style of drifting, and I think I have plenty of people from all types of platforms, from the old gen to new gen and PC, that would love for me to be throwing events on their platform. And I don't think, I know for a fact, because I can show comments from every single one if I really took the time to look into them. I have thousands and thousands of comments now. Alright guys, so which one sounds better? Bottom gear drifting or pressure drifting? Or neither? Maybe you don't think either of them sound good. And that's fine. Let me know. But honestly, like, this is for the community. This is for our side of things here. Let's not take it as a joking fashion. Let's actually start moving forward. Let's start building something here, guys. You know I'm here to build and create and make things better. So allow me to do so. And I appreciate you if you do participate in this. And I'm not saying if you're double clutching that you can't vote either. Definitely vote. I mean, there's at times when it's still like, okay, so even on this type of a track where you're coming around on that big corner, I could see people that they would be like, okay, well, I'm just going to go into double clutching and double clutch around this. Because it's going to be easier to do the double clutch than it is to do that drifting. Really, it was much easier. But what looked better, what I just did, which was around the whole dang thing. I don't know if I can quite make that, but what looked better, that or this? Alright, you guys tell me. I actually made it too. Which one looked better? The first one, which I was going maybe 8 to 10 miles an hour faster and I was just kind of like sliding, or the one where I was actually applying speed to the rear? And that's the big difference between the two, and that's really the extent of it. I was drifting in second gear on the first part and drifting in our style of drifting on the second part. Now, before the double clutch, oh, that was shit, you know, that's fine, guys. You know, it's like I was not practicing my double clutching. I don't practice it very much either. Vote below which term you think is better. And if you guys do attend Blacksheep Drift Event 4, which please do, date has not been released yet, but it will be after Labor Day weekend sometime. We do have our team management meeting that's going to be coming up. That's going to be probably the very next video that's going to be coming out for you guys. You're going to be hearing exactly what it's going to be taken, and probably the date as well. Yeah, I would say probably the date as well will be in that video. And if you want to establish a team, for right now it's Xbox One, because that's who I can contact and actually physically talk to over the mic. But PS4 will be coming up soon. That is what you're going to want to attend. Alright guys, I appreciate all of you tuning in, liking, comment, and subscribe and sharing these videos if you are sharing the videos. As always, I hope you stay happy, stay positive, and we will definitely speak to you next time.